Hello there, YouTube. It's Sunday, May 12th, 2024. And finally, I have this live stream going. I think. I'm not positive, but I think I do. The whole idea behind this live stream is to make sure I can go live next week. That's right. Next week at 9 a.m. The plan is 9 a.m. Arizona time. That's -7 GMT. You guys that have the GMT in your head, and you know where you are within that scale. That's what time I'm going to do a live stream right here from Tony Live's garage. And we're going to attempt to start this 560 SL for the first time since 2008. I've been working a lot, not only trying to get this thing all together. You can see that I have a radiator missing right there, but what I do have is that fan shroud and the fan blade on. See the fan shroud? So I'm getting ready to do that kind of stuff. But I've been working on the technology behind all this, as you can see. So all that's live, and I'm hoping that, it's going to work out this time. Hey, believe it or not, you guys, I've done 2 shows already. This might be my 3rd show that I'm doing live, but not really being live. It's ridiculous, I think, because in YouTube, I only went live one time last week, and it had a little bit of a rocky start, but I got it going, right? This time here it was like 45 minutes, an hour. I'm an hour late. And it's not because I didn't live stream. I've done 2 of them. So I don't remember what I've already said. I have to remember that I need to tell you guys all the details, of what's been going on, for the past, actually last couple of weeks. So when I went live stream last week, I realized that I could not really just do live stream, as far as controlling everything. So this past week, what I did is I wrote software to take care of all that. For example, I have sound effects. Little things like that. Sometimes you want to say, Tony, you're great. Yeah. But it seems ridiculous right now, but, it could be fun in the future. But I have my different cameras and stuff like that I've done. So you guys don't know this, but yeah, I was a programmer. That's what I did. I owned my own business, and I wrote code. I started out writing machine code back in the day. That's right. Back in the early, maybe mid-70s, I started programming machine code and just got addicted to it. I like to solve problems. And my problem last week is that I really couldn't control what was going on. Like microphones, for example. Here's a mixer, so I can control my mic. Main mics, I can control the show. I have track control. Like this is me, for example. I want to mess me up.
What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I can do crazy stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not actually monitoring. Normally you would monitor, but it's just me. I don't need to monitor me.
So, but yeah, just, things like that. And being able to, run videos. For example, I'll show you guys this, like a video. I'm not sure where I want to document this, but what you'll notice is that I can jog it. You see, I was doing this to jog that wheel, and I can move the video wherever I want. Just little things like that. It might seem silly to you, but I can see in the time code where I am, like 24 seconds into that video, 29 seconds into the video. Just little things like that just make all the difference in the world. I have my record button, so I know that I'm recording this show, as a matter of fact. Picture in picture, as you guys saw, all that kind of stuff works great. Or pull up my logo as an image. Right? Little things like that. Or maybe a super thanks. Yeehaw! Whoa! But that's what I was interested in. Now, the one thing I don't have, if you guys notice, there's no chat. So I have to figure out how I want to incorporate chat within all this. And then I'll be in good shape. So right now you guys might be talking and everything, and I don't have anybody here to help me. So you know, I might have somebody actually, hopefully maybe interacting, because my wife is here. She just got back from China. Last night, her flight was several hours late, but she got in very late last night. We came home, slept, I set my alarm, and then this morning, everything I thought was just great. You know, oh man, I'm all ready to go. And the funny thing is with YouTube, YouTube expects that you're streaming from YouTube. Well, truth is that I'm not streaming from YouTube, I'm streaming to YouTube. So I'm using like OBS as an example. And I'm streaming to YouTube. So YouTube says, oh, start streaming so people can find your thing and preview, right? So a couple of minutes before that time, I click stream and I see it. It shows up. Everything looks good. It says preview. I go, okay, great. So I have not, so I thought actually that's how it worked. It's streamed. So then I come back here, get my show all going, and come in here and I do all of my stuff and tell you all the things that are coming up and plans for the future and all that. And what ends up happening is I go, wow, you know, there's like nothing, something's not right here. I don't know what's going on. So then I realize, I go in there, it just still shows preview. It's like, what is this all about? You know? So the stupid thing is that once I start streaming, then you have to click another button that says go live. But I thought that's what I was doing. So there you go. I did that, and I might have done that twice. And then I go, wait a minute, I think I got this thing figured out. I have to spend all my time over there on the computer to interact with YouTube to let them know that even though I'm streaming to them, that I'm ready to go. I mean, I didn't think I just thought you guys would see a thumbnail anyways. When, I said, this is when I'm going to do it, and the thumbnail should just come up regardless if I'm streaming. When I stream, I want to stream. I have data. Why would you want to just sit here for 12 hours streaming to nothing? Right? That's ridiculous. So, okay, so I like ranting. Maybe YouTube will take an understanding here and just say, I don't know, maybe give you the option. Give you the option to just say go live when streaming starts. Just something simple like that. So, anything going on there, Jen?
There's 8 people watching.
So there's 8 people watching. I'm not watching it. I'll figure out a way to incorporate. I can see things over there. I see a thumbs up. Hey, so those types of things I can see. And then really, I'll show you something. See, look at. Here's a guy right here. I love what you do. See, guys, that's the kind of interaction that I want to have. But the problem is that I can't throw those things up like that. That's for someone else to do. So next week, that's why I'm doing this live stream right now, to figure out how I want it to all work. I don't want to sit here doing all this, switching cameras and all that kind of stuff. I want to concentrate on just starting that vehicle and, and worrying about all that stuff. Worrying about not having a fire, right? That's the stuff I want to worry about. So my wife is going to be using this control panel along with, Stream Ninja or whatever the hell that is, so we can isolate and pull up some questions that might come up. That's the whole idea. I want it to be an interactive show. You guys know that from my last week's stream. I don't want to just be a talking head, which I'm going to be right now because I have yet to figure out a way to incorporate that chat within here. So I can't even see you right now, But that's the one thing I will have solved by next week. Again, I won't have to worry about this anyways. I can only worry about just having a chat with me. Maybe I'll put up a chat monitor. How's that? Either way, that's going to work. So let me tell you what I've been doing. I'm just about ready for a live start. I have drained all the fuel. I haven't put new fuel in it yet, but it's drained. It's ready to go. I have not hooked up the lines yet, the fuel lines to the actual fuel distributor, but I'm going to do that right away as well. I'm putting in the radiator today. All the hoses and all those things are already all put on. I'll be putting in antifreeze and, of course, oil. And then I'm working on another little project, and I'll reveal that next week. And I'll have a little short video on a little tool that I'm going to make, I hope to make. Right now, I'm concentrating on doing a live stream and starting this car. I have a host, someone who's going to host the show. Oh, I just spilled all my water. So I'll have someone who actually is going to be hosting the show, so I don't have to worry about that. Again, I'm going to worry about the vehicle and getting it started. But the host, he's my best friend. And I think you guys will have fun with him. I have fun with him every time I'm around him, so I can't wait till next Saturday. So next Saturday, 9 a.m., Arizona time, remember, -7, first start, 560 SL, first time since 2008, hand-assembled engine. Actually, the whole vehicle I took apart. I did not take apart any body parts. None of that at all. Nothing. But mechanically, everything. Both subframes, the differential I took completely apart, and I'll put all that back together. I did every single thing mechanically you can do. So now we're going to see if it all works. Note, I've never rebuilt an engine before. I have rebuilt lawnmowers, chainsaws, small type things like that. When I was 16 years old, my very first vehicle was a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle. I bought it at a junkyard. It didn't have an engine or transmission. I'm not even sure if it had a front end or not, but I bought all the parts just like this, and then I put it all together. The engine, however, I was 16. My dad and I built it together, but it was mostly my dad. I watched. I learned a lot. And I just kind of kept it with me. And like I said, I've done all kinds of little small things. And, I've done like big projects, but not engines. So that's my first time. You guys know the transmission is rebuilt. And like I said, I've done the rear end. I did all the axles. I did brakes. I actually took the brakes calipers completely apart. I didn't just take the caliper off and clean it up and paint it. No, I completely took it apart. Even the manual, I think, says don't take it apart. But I did. I took it completely apart and put it all back together. Gosh, I don't think that they're really, mechanically, I don't think there's anything I did not do. So, what's the future for TonyLiveTV? Well, the immediate future, of course, is to start this engine for the first time since 2008. If that goes well, then I have plans. I have my doubts that that's going to just go real smooth, mainly because these vehicles just have problems with fuel distributors, and you guys already know I had a piston get stuck in that distributor. It was fine when I took it out of the vehicle, but after it sat for a while, right until a year or two later when I actually started to rebuild that part of it, it was stuck, if you guys remember in that video. So I had to take that all apart. I just feel this is where my issues are going to be, is going to be with that, or in addition to anything that I had done by anybody else. For example, the headwork. You guys remember what a disaster that was? From the machinist who's been doing this for 38 years. Now it's 41 years. But 38 years, maybe he hasn't been working, because I'll tell you what, I gave a bad review. I've never seen such shoddy work. But I had to fix all that. At least I did the best that I could. Put that on there. I don't know what he did. So hopefully he didn't do anything that's going to cause a problem with the sealing of that head. But those are probably the biggest things. Fuel. So this week, what I will be doing is I'll finish up the radiator and I'm going to be putting in the fluid, the coolant, and that'll be done. And I'll be getting in the oil, and that'll be done. So when we do start the show next Saturday, everything will be ready to go. I'm going to be getting up very early to make sure everything's ready. My plan is to do it right here in the garage. You know, just like I do all my shows. I didn't want the vehicle out right now. The car is still 2 feet off the ground. So I want to go ahead and I want to put on a hose with a exhaust fan to just pump out the exhaust. I just think everything would be better if I could just do it all in here. I have great lighting, as you guys know. Let's see, I better pull this up. You know, that's some pretty good lighting. And if I'm working outside, I'm dealing with that kind of lighting. And here, I can just keep everything exactly the way I want. I have a couple of other microphones. I have one microphone that I will be putting at the exhaust. And then I have another microphone that I'll be putting up by the engine. Because, you know, when I first start this engine, it's going to make a lot of noise, guys. I think I might have a way to eliminate some of that noise. And that's the little thing I'm working on, the little tool that I'm working on this week. And I'll reveal that next Saturday if I actually get it built by next Saturday. Other than that, I don't think there's really anything done. You guys know the exhaust is all in. I have to get a battery, I think. I've got spark plugs. I just got those today. You know, even little dress-up stuff, you know, I have. And that reminds me, I want to address one of the biggest questions I get. That question is, Tony, can you give me a link to the manual that you have? Well, in every one of my videos where I used a manual, so in other words, in that video I say the manual says, or the torque setting is this, or whatever, blah, 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 there's a link to that manual in the bottom of the description of that video, at the very bottom, right? I also have all data, right? The expensive all data, and it's exactly the same as the junk that I provide in my links. I use the links down below more than I fire up the all data because that's like a virtual machine and everything else to access the same crappy PDF files, okay? Mercedes never really made a manual. Chilton's didn't make a manual. Haynes didn't make a manual. Nobody really made a manual for this car. Let's face it, this was an $80,000 car or whatever the heck it was in 1987. Whatever, I can't remember. I had the original sticker, 64,000, whatever the heck it was. But it was the flagship. They didn't expect guys that buying that car is going to be working on that car. They really didn't. So they made a shop manual that was on microfiche. And now they converted it to PDF. And then this is the stuff you get. So that's your manual. Let's see, what's another kind of, oh, yeah. One of the big things is like I'll do a video. Just as an example, this is not actually what happened. But I'll do a video. We'll take the last video that I did, which was the exhaust. And then someone will text or give me in the comments area will say, Tony, what's the part number for that, whatever, that screw that's where, XYZ? Look, I'm not going to spend my days looking up part numbers. If I replace a part in the vehicle, I'm going to give you that part number. Sometimes I give you part numbers above and beyond even that I normally would do. But sometimes I think, that's a common thing that might get misplaced. So I will look up the part number as best I can. Again, it's not easy to do, guys. Looking up part numbers or finding information. The link that I provide, I'll provide that same link to the manual in this video here, in this live stream. And then there's another one that people use from Tonka.com, I think is the domain name. It's the same. It's just organized differently. Sometimes it's organized better over there, but I found that to be a little more generalized than the one that I have in the bottom of all my videos. So I'll make that clear in the description down below. I'll include both links to that. And let's see, what else can I say? I just think we're going to have a great live stream. I don't know. It's going to be sink or swim. Either the vehicle starts, which I expect it to start. I just don't expect it to purr. That would be a fantastic thing if that were to happen, but I doubt it. So my problem will be fuel distributor. Gotta be, right? All right, so I think for now, why don't I call this quits now? I think I might have at least the YouTube side of things taken care of. I realize now that you have to play with YouTube first before you can really go live, even though it says just start streaming. Yeah, it's not that easy. So that part's done. This technology part, as far as pulling up things like this, all that's been taken care of. I got that. I can pull up stuff like this. So everything is good as far as my interaction with you guys. So that part's done. I just got to get chatting here. Somehow I got to monitor chat. So my wife hopefully will be running the show, and she'll be popping up the messages, when there's a question that might come up or somebody might donate. You never know. Somebody might contribute to the channel. And when they do, I think she should be highlighting that, right? So she'll be doing that. And then I have a special host. He's a celebrity guy. So you really want to come and you want to be here. You want to be here. He'll probably tear me apart. But he'll be here, and I don't know if I have any other friends. I don't really have any car friends. Most of my friends are either musicians or comics. That's what they are, musicians or comics. No car guys. Most of the cars that those guys drive are all, they use it. It's a utility for them. It's not something they want to restore. They have no passion in it. They just get in it, go to work or whatever it is, go to the grocery store. So yeah, I have no car guys. Nobody's ever probably even changed their own oil. So I've been alone for the last 3 years in my garage, all alone, crying most days. All right. I think that's the end for today, guys. So until next Saturday, well, actually, I'll be putting out another video on the radiator. I'm ready to drop that in. You guys know I got a genuine Mercedes radiator, paid way too much for it. But if you want genuine Mercedes, you got to pay for it. That's all there is to it. And that's what I did. I'm installing that now. That video will come out shortly. And there might be something else between now and then. I don't know. But otherwise, it'll be next Saturday, 9 a.m. And I'll catch you guys when I do that. All right, guys. See you on the next one.